Yes. It's steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keeping it real.
Hello, and
welcome back
to the channel. My name is Steven, and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So, it took me a long time to do that Mason Ramsey song because it got blocked straight off the bat. So I had to do some editing, which took a while because I wanted to see if I can put it on my Streamlabs, but couldn't figure it out yet. Baby steps. So I was going to do this song second, but I wanted to get another one out of the way. So this will be my last one. So if you saw the title, this is Change, and the song is called Change of Heart. Now this song was a hit in 1984 with a group called Change. Now when Change first started in 1979, one of his founding members was none other than Luther Vandross. So if you hear a song called Lover's Holiday, or what is the other one? It's called, did I get rid of my Wikipedia page? No, I didn't. The Glow of Love, A Lover's Holiday, and Searching, which The Glow of Love and Searching were ones that Luther did on his own that were part of his Greatest Hits album. So, starting in 1981, that's when he was, a more prominent part of the group. But when 82 rolled around, Luther's like, I'm not singing any lead songs. I'll sing backup, but I'm not singing any leads. Because Luther was trying to get out of the group and go solo, which he did like the next year in 82, maybe 83. So, what happened then is probably the best thing that could have happened to Change. Because even though they had those hit songs with Luther, that album after that he wasn't on, didn't go anywhere. So, in steps the super producers that were just starting out at the time, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Well, at the same time that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis got attached to the Change project, they were also doing songs for the S.O.S Band. So whenever I heard this song in the past, I thought this was an S.O.S Band song. And you'll hear it and you're like, that does sound like something the S.O.S Band should have done. But they had already had the number of songs on that album that the S.O.S Band was putting out in 1984 that Change ended up getting this song. And Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis produced like side A of their album, and then somebody else produced side B. So, this is a great song. You should groove to it. If you've heard it before, let me know. Put some type of comment down in there the first time you heard it, what you thought about it. Did you think it was the S.O.S Band as well? I'd like to know. And if you made it this far, go ahead and press the like or subscribe button if you haven't already done so. It'll take a minute. Come on, forget about it. Press the button. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get into my last video of the night or morning, wherever you are. And it is Change and Change of Heart.
And here we go.
heart. I have opened up my eyes. Now I can see clearly. You told me there's no other God who would be as good to me. I fell in love and didn't stop to think what you were doing. But now I know I don't need you at all. You're no good for me. I've changed my mind. I'm taking back my love. Take back all my love. I've had a change of heart. Give me back all my love. I've had a change of heart. Give me back all my love. I've had a change of heart. Give me back all my love. I've had a change of heart. I would never let you down, so you began to use me. You would always break all my female sensitivity, and you knew that. I do my best to give you what you want, and you abuse me. It's time to go. I'd rather be alone without the heartache. I've changed my mind. I'm taking back my love. Give me back all my love. I've had a change of heart. Give me back all my love. I've had a change of heart. Give me back all my love. I've had a change of heart. Give me back all my love. I've had a change of heart. I'm taking all the love I give to you, baby. Oh, yeah, you, yeah, you, yeah, you. Give it back to me. I'm taking back my love. Give me back all my love. My love. I've had a change of heart. Give me back all my love. I've had a change of heart. Give me back all my love. My love. I've had a change of heart. Give me back all my love. My love. I've had a change of heart. Give me back all my love.
All right. So that was Change and Change of Heart. Now you can definitely hear the similarities between the S.O.S Band and Change, as well as other elements that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis brought to the fold, to where there's some ad-libbing that sounded like Sherelle. I'm surprised she didn't just start singing, let's sing it together, like she always did with Alexander O'Neal. I think there were like 4 songs together. And Alexander O'Neal also did a song with the S.O.S Band, and I'm trying to figure out what that is.
10 seconds later.
I think it was The Finest is what Alexander O'Neal is on. I was trying to do the lyrics in my head, and
10 seconds later.
The Finest
Hey, Carmen.
was...
I I've been thinking about
Alexander, yeah, that's the right song. It was The Finest, and Alexander sang with S.O.S Band in '86. And Alex had his solo stuff in between 1985 and 1996 was when Alex was around. So after Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis were kicked out of the time, the reason why they got kicked out of the time was because they were somewhere else finishing S.O.S Band's album. They got snowed in, and Prince wanted them right there to do some stuff for the time, and they were unable to make it. So when they actually got back to Minneapolis, Prince had fired them. So they're like, okay, we got our own company now, we can start producing our own music. And as they say, the rest is history. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are considered super producers, and almost anybody that they touched had a hit in one way or another. And so it all started off with Change, S.O.S Band, Alexander O'Neal, Sherelle. That's the early 80s. And then they made Janet super famous. Janet Jackson super famous in the late 80s, early 90s. So, I guess, God works in mysterious ways, and that's the direction that he wanted them to go in at that time. Because Prince is very, 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 what's the word I want to use? Demanding. Prince wanted things done his way, which is absolutely fine. That's how he wanted to do it. But I do think sometimes Prince spread himself too thin when every single group that you come out producing, you're writing all the songs, you're performing all the songs, and the only way that they are performing the songs are if there is a live performance that needs to be done. But Prince has already laid down the tracks, so they really don't have to do a lot. I'll do Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis another day, but this is just another way of showing how they got to be, how they had to get their start. So, if you made it this far, go ahead, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already. So again, please continue to like, subscribe, share, comment,